Hey guys, and welcome back to another one of my videos. By now, I'm sure most of you have seen the Shiba Squad Survivor. If you haven't, it's a show based off of the old cartoon show that's called The Drama Island. It's a show recreated in VRChat, and today we're joined by the mind behind it, the creator, Drowned, the helpers as well, or well, the people who are helping to make it and make it possible. We have Evan and we have Exelon, and today we're just going to be talking a little bit about process behind it and some questions that maybe some of you are looking the answers for like I do. And we're just going to wrap up the video with a few stuff as well. And at the end, we're going to get a tour around the island, so be sure to stick till so you see that. Hello guys, welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. Yo, what's up?
Pretty good. Just got out of work. So
Nice.
I had to stop working so I could do this.
It's worth it.
I'm on the clock. I'm on the clock.
Oh shoot. Okay, we'll make it fast. Let's start things off with the Shiba Survivor. How was it born, to say like that? How did the idea roll out?
It was originally an idea that I had. It was stored right in the brain right there. But I didn't really decide to talk about it until maybe around April of 2021, which I then pitched the idea to Shelly. Shelly is the guy he was originally our co-producer, but then the role ended up getting swapped over to Exelon being the new co-producer.
Okay.
Shelly still is involved in the project. He does the blooper reels, and he's currently working on episode 2 bloopers. I pitched the idea to Shelly, and we thought about it, and I was thinking, this is crazy. I mean, we're not going to be able to get this many people to do this.
Mm-hmm.
20 competitors, that's a lot of people, and, I'm not the best at leading and all that, but, we ended up giving it a shot, and didn't work out too well. We tried to do our first film session. Basically, it was all just improv at the beginning, and we had some other people that were competitors that are no longer competitor. So we kind of changed the cast once the show was done, but we tried it, didn't work out too well. We were like, this is stupid. We weren't going to do it, and then all of a sudden we were just, you know what, we're going to be a bit more organized, we're going to write a script, and we're going to do this professionally, and here we are today. Episode 6 just released.
All the episodes are very great.
Weekend.
In total, there's 6 episodes by now, so yeah, 7th one is being worked on. Because it takes a lot of recording, and as a person who does recording myself, how does the recording process go? Do you have like a plan, or do you just, how does that go?
It was a big issue in the beginning, trying to, get people to record, and we would have people join into a film session and, they'd do the acting. We'd tell them their lines, they'd look at the script if they needed to, and we would just go from there. A majority of it is not actually acted by the actual cast members, unfortunately, so most of it ends up being dubbed over.
Originally, we had Drowns more as a director, yes, as a cameraman, but mainly I think it was more P. Shelley who was doing the camera work, I think, to start. But then it slowly turned more from that to Drowns doing the camera work, and Shelley would be backup. For subsequent episodes, though, yes, we would write a full-on script, and I personally tried to kind of push to be a little bit more professional about it as time went on, just because I felt if we treated it professionally, end result would look more polished. And not everyone would read the script. I think most people we kind of have to tell the lines to. Over time, again, I think people have started to mature and people will actually read it, and so we'll go through it once or twice, or Johns will have someone do multiple takes once, and then he'll amass all the clips later. So that kind of boils down how the recording goes these days.
Because of all the recordings and the extra footage, to say like that, would you say you had a lot of extra footage that you just were going to kind of delete, or are you planning to do something with it?
Originally, I was not pausing between every take. I was just recording the whole thing. In this time now, if I want to get episodes out, it's not the best idea to do that because it's a lot of footage and I have to go through the whole thing. But now I pause the footage in between every take. The only perk of recording the whole thing is if you get basically everything, and you got bloopers, you got all kinds of stuff that you can put in a behind the scenes and all that, but at the same time you can still get bloopers with takes.
We know there's actors and we know there's all those stuff, but what are some of the extra stuff or side stuff that you would like to add or say or reveal, to say like that?
We have body doubles, first of all, right? Just to be adding people in the crowd. We have people, maybe it's the competitor, or if the competitor is not there, not available, someone is a body double specifically for someone and talking. They read the script and they basically act it out, except that they're dubbed over later on. The fun bit is whenever we need to coordinate any special like effects or special things that happen in scenes. And that what usually means is you have someone either in an invisible avatar that is puppeteering a prop, or
Okay.
someone is in an avatar. I don't know. Have we ever had that where someone was an avatar that was a prop? Have we ever done that?
We had somebody be a shark in episode 2.
That's pretty
The
interesting. Yeah, I'll
biggest one
just-
of all,
Yeah.
of course, is the NPCs. It's very difficult to get people to get on set. I came up with the idea in episode 1. I animate NPCs and I place them into the set. Anybody that I need that's, you know, kind of in the background or even sometimes like next to somebody. You know, the NPCs, they look pretty realistic. They're not the most realistic.
They do
work
the
very
job.
well, and it's very helpful asset to have.
Both
Yeah.
just to make things easier for the production crew because you can do it exactly the way you want it, and also for the crew because they don't want to have to feel like they're doing a bunch of
it can get
mindless
pretty
or
boring.
tedious
Yeah.
things
Dude.
in a shoot.
Well, I thought that everyone was just acting. Like each time I see a person, that's that person and nobody else. Goes much more deeper than that. Yeah, it's not that simple, apparently.
Yeah, there's a big crowd scene with just about all the competitors.
Mm-hmm.
Chances are it is NPC. It's animated. Most impressive one was definitely the chase scene from episode 5, where Galaxy tosses the ball to Burn a King.
I'm probably speaking for a lot of people that edit videos, and myself included. The editing process. How does that go? Do you also have a plan for that,
Gosh. Oh.
or? Yeah.
Ooh. Originally using Vegas Pro 17, I switched to DaVinci Resolve Studio because it's
Okay.
a lot more efficient. It doesn't crash. I have my own system now where I place the footage in, put up very quickly, get it all in there, have separate timelines, and then I will put one timeline on top of the other, and I'll have that one be like an assembly. So then I take the footage down, assemble the scene, and then put it into another one, and that's kind of like the final, I guess you could call it.
Okay.
And then from there, I'll add all the sound effects, the music, background, all that.
Yeah, all the extra
It's
stuff.
definitely a lot of work, and it takes, I want to say, about 300 hours of editing easily.
Oh, that's a long time.
I know many people who are very good at editing, but I have my own way of doing it.
You have your own vision.
And it's just like,
Yeah.
if there's something I
Yeah.
don't like, I can't just fix it myself. I have to have somebody
Mhm.
else do it. And I feel like the editing is just, it's my thing, and it's
And whenever we've had other camera people, obviously you'd have to ask them to like splice up their shots and send them over to you. What was it, like over like Dropbox or like Google Drive or something? so
Google
you could
Drive.
edit that.
Yeah. As you mentioned, your team and all the people that are involved in it, the overall group of the show, how is it? Would you say that it's okay as it is, or it got better, or?
The great thing about eliminations is that the farther this goes, the less people you have to deal with. And the less
That is
people
fair.
that are like, you know, it's having to work with like 16 actors at once is really difficult. And so like, you know, once it gets towards the end, it might be like, you know, way less than that, like 5 or something.
Yeah.
I'm excited for when it gets a lot easier. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
oh, me too.
That's fair.
When they first did this in episode 1, a majority of them never really did any kind of acting except
Yeah.
for maybe Exelon and Evan. It was kind of a process to get them to get used to it, and the people who don't attend still have some issues with acting. But the people who regularly attend, there is a huge noticeable difference compared to when they first started to how they do now. There's people that I can rely on acting, and I'll say the line to them, they look at it, they deliver it, they don't even need to be told how it needs to be delivered, and they do a great job.
Nice.
And I'm very proud of all the cast members and everybody who shows up.
Like Cito and Lake Dude have contributed so much. Not only as cast members,
appreciate the
but like
both
as
of them so much.
extras. Let's see. Burn a King, he hasn't always made every session, but he has had a good attitude. Donuts has had a good attitude. Frankie, he likes to screw around, but you know, because he
Are we
wants
just
people
calling
to laugh.
everyone out now?
It's very
I want
important.
to give people their proper recognition and their thanks. I haven't even talked about everyone yet, but I won't because I realize I don't want to stress.
All in all, we have a very, very passionate cast.
At least with the online communities in the Shiba Squad, you know, most of the people were kind of, I'm not gonna say nobodies, but they weren't relatively known. And now with this project, everyone seems to know these characters and loves these
Yeah.
characters, and it's amazing to
That's
see
actually a really good point. He's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot like because again, this is kind of a fun project that Drowns and P. Shelley and whoever else. I don't know whoever else was involved with you when you started this thing because I came on late.
We had Zio involved.
We were just a bunch of people, a bunch of friends or friends of friends.
Yeah.
He had originally wanted to have other people involved that were probably a little more integral to the Shiba Squad community that just kind of weren't able to do it.
That would do it for the kind of talking a backstory behind it. So let's start with the questions, because we do have a lot. Let's start off with the hardest part of making the videos. What would you say, what are you struggling the most with?
People showing up.
I'm gonna be honest. Yeah,
People showing up.
Filming can be rough sometimes, especially. That's why I refuse to do weekends anymore, because people will be drinking, they will be just
Partying
out of control sometimes, and it's like sometimes I really, you haven't seen me on set, but sometimes I can be very like, just like how when we did Assassination, Rectal was kind of the same way. Like he's just trying to get people to focus, and I apologize to people, especially when I'm like kind of being very pushy, but it's the only way that we can really get stuff done.
Again, because this project didn't start out as serious as it was, I think just because people weren't taking it as seriously. Like John said, like people would show up and they were like on a substance or something.
Oh,
and it was
man.
funny,
That's
but
not
it meant
great.
they were very difficult to work with.
Yeah.
I mean, me too. I've done it too. I would show up kind of buzzed or drunk just because I'm like, I want to finish filming and go screw around.
Just get this over with.
Fun
That
fact,
is fair.
Trixie is not even the original voice actor anymore. We had the original voice actor for her quit. She didn't want to be a part of it anymore. I found a new voice actor and I told her, you don't have to worry about your lines anymore. I understand that you don't want to do this anymore. I'm not going to make you. The new girl we got, she's great. She's spot on with it almost every time. And
Sounds exactly like her.
Because there's a lot of people involved in this, how hard was it to work with all the people?
Hard. Yep.
Hard.
It was hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So many reasons.
I have no doubt.
Bisk said, it's like herding cats. Herding cats is what he said.
Oh man.
one of the biggest challenges I had was episode 2. I was almost done that episode, and Exelon was actually in the voice chat with me in Discord when it happened. I went to render to optimize my project, and my motherboard fried.
Oh my god.
And
really?
I was saying to myself, I was
No.
like traumatized almost. I was like, dude, this cannot be happening. Like, we're about 4 months in this episode trying to get it done, and I was planning on releasing it in like a week after this, and my motherboard fried. Couldn't get my PC started. I wasn't sure if my stuff was even there still. I don't know if my hard drive got fried too, but I told people, I said, listen, I'm gonna do something to fix my PC, but if my stuff is gone, I can't promise I'm going to continue this show. Because something like that would just
end it. Yeah, I mean, understandable. This is probably one of the biggest questions for the mostly fans and new people that are just discovering the show and maybe who are watching the show from the beginning. How does one be part of the Shiba Survivor? How does one maybe get even a chance to be part of the videos?
Ask around. Ask any of the castmates. Just direct them to me, Exelon, or even Evan. You know, I'm always looking for more actors. I'm always looking for filmers. And
what's important, though, I would say, for someone who is interested, someone who is listening, if you want to have a cameo, be in the show, being like, oh, I'm in Survivor, that's fine. Just be honest about that. Because what's really important to us is that we know what someone is willing to commit to, because we're fine with doing cameos or little speaking roles or whatever. If someone wants to come on board to maybe help with story ideas or writing or editing or even modeling, we've had someone help us work with creating assets for us, feeling like you have a lot of responsibility. I don't want to downplay that. I'm just saying that be honest about why you want to help. We'll make sure that you can do that.
We'll definitely accommodate it.
Okay.
Yeah, what are your intentions? That's what we want to know. If you're here just to do a cameo and then go off, be like, yeah, I was in Survivor, and then I'm not gonna do anything else. You know, that's just wasting our time.
That's okay. I will defend that, though. I'll say that is okay if you only want to do a one-off thing. That's fine. I would just say be honest about it. That's what you want to do.
Yeah.
And we can probably still do it. We just want to know that we're the people you're looking at. That's at the top of this operation. It's us, and it's really important that we can be relied upon each other to do this stuff.
When we're on topic of actors, were there some times where they were just giving you a hard time, to say like that?
Oh, absolutely. Usually I try to be as polite as possible. I'll ask them to just tone down, and they do. But there's been a few instances where people just don't really listen, and it can really put a strain on, getting this show
Yeah.
done. And
The most important questions out of all of these is, do you yourself enjoy what you're doing?
I absolutely do. It's a lot of fun. It can be very stressful at times, very, very pressing, especially when I give myself a deadline.
Okay.
Again, when I was first starting, I was just the competitor. I was just like everyone else, just show up, do a couple lines, and that was it. And then I decided in the last couple of years, I've taken up so much shit, but I want to try writing. And I partnered with, like Drowns and Exelon, and I wrote a little bit in episode 3. And then episode 4 was when I finally, I was doing the majority of it, and I
And they make
realized
a
I
great
love
team.
doing this thing. Yeah,
Okay.
I love the characters. I love the stories. I like writing for this show. It's so much fun.
This project is great. I have my issues, but I'm happy to be doing this.
That's fair.
So this has been channeling my energy into this is really what makes me happiest.
But I hope that viewers got their answers to say like that. To kind of wrap up the video, we got 2 more things, and then we're gonna do the little showcase of the island. Some of the fun facts about the Shiba Squad Survivor.
We've had body doubles. We've had people act as other people. I'm probably, when you see Drowns on screen in the newer episodes, it's more likely that it's me now than it is him.
I'll
Drowns
usually have
has
him
us
do mine.
blackmailed. He has a copy of all of our
Yeah.
avatars for filming purposes.
Yeah,
So
He
we're at
needs-
his mercy.
yeah.
The NPCs,
Oh, yeah.
that is definitely
another
cool.
another
You see people
really
that aren't
interesting
even
thing.
real people. They're not even people.
I was
Yeah.
tricked. You tricked me. I will say you tricked me with that one.
There's
Funny.
a YTP
There-
of episode 1 out there on the internet.
I will make sure to list that down. I'll list all. So to kind of wrap up the video and to kind of end it, to say it like that, what is the future of the Shiba Squad Survivor and videos, and do you have some extra plans, maybe side projects, or how long were you planning to push this project?
I guess I can say this. The show is planned to have 18 episodes, and that's including a slightly longer finale. On the other side of this, I do want to have shorts. I want to make either, if it's just little behind the scene things or just bloopers, just something I can upload and regularly do to help with the YouTube algorithm and get the show out there.
I think we've just been so occupied with the show that I don't know if I don't know about you guys. I haven't really thought about where we would want to go after this. We just want to see this through to completion, and we want to do the
Yeah.
best job
Oh,
we
yeah.
can.
One of the big things I get asked all the time is there going to be a season 2? Is there going to be another season? And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, that'd be really cool, but I'm not going to want to do a whole nother season. That's a lot of work.
It is.
So
Yeah, one
if
is-
people
one is a
wanted that,
good
then they would have
accomplishment.
to show it. Probably want at least some kind of budget into the project at that point. I would
Yeah.
want more people to be involved.
Watch the show
Yes.
now.
Yeah, watch the
Watch
show.
watch the show. There
Or
all the
watch the
links.
show.
Or
All the way.
Galaxy, you'll wake up and Galaxy will be in your bedroom in the corner.
Yeah.
You don't. Yeah.
no.
You want that?
We'll see. Some people might. You don't know.
That's
Most of the people on the show are of a certain sexuality. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. No.
Little neat stuff here. We get some toggles. I can turn on the boat.
All right, sure.
There's some more buttons here. I can change it to night, dusk, dawn, and even a storm, which we have not used yet.
Oh,
Yeah, we can turn on the lanterns, torches, This is also like a teleport panel. You can't see that, but this opens up a teleport panel to teleport across the whole island. You know, we can toggle the bones,
And there's the
campfire,
bones. The bones that you...
props. Here's the,
Oh, yeah?
Jackson is after you, good luck. The note.
Oh, yeah. Come on, those.
This is where all the magic happens. The scenes that everybody gets super hyped over. You know, sees
Yeah,
who gets eliminated. And
Okay.
This is the mess hall. It's where they eat. Cabins. The inside of the cabins is a separate world.
Yeah.
As well as the cave. And of course, episode 4's puzzles challenge. That was a separate world. This is the cabins. Buppers. Woofers. Yep, so here's the back of the island. Fun fact, episode 1, none of this existed. It was just a mountain with trees. This was all just blank.
Wow, so you
As well
kind
as
of...
episode 2.
It's a huge place. Look at that. No. Wow.
And there might be some places I change. Maybe I might even add some more. Because, you know...
Yeah, that's fair.
That's the whole thing of cinematography. You can...
Yeah.
I mean, this island is big, but it's not big enough where it's, like, massive, you know? Like, it's... You do something, it's like... Weren't they already there? You gotta make it so it looks different.
It looks... Yeah.
So, when I do
So it
my
keeps its
camera,
charm.
that's what I do. This right here, on the other hand, has such a stunning view with the mountain kind of thing. It looks so good. Pretty crazy scene in episode 3 with the lake monster that pops out, and this is the beach where the laser tag battle happened between Saturn, Ceto, and Jackson, and the Woofers that were up there.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't show you up there, but there's just like another path, and it leads and it goes around back to the front of the island. This is where Basil was pissing on the tree, left the key, and then lost it. Here's the infamous stage that was introduced in episode 5. This was added on episode 5. I had Inox model this as well. He modeled the cave and the stage.
Okay.
Did a great job. I sent him a picture of Total Drama Island stage, and he almost nearly replicated it. So the scene with Lindos, when he's sitting right here and Trixie's right here, he's sitting and, you know, everything around him just kind of turns into stars. Lindos was actually an NPC.
Oh, it was
because I needed to be able to do a still shot of him, so he stayed still.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the bone that flies towards the camera, I held in my hand and spun my controller around. Right here, this little button, it turns on all of the competitors.
Oh, do I have to... Oh, I have to actually press it as well. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay.
They're all sitting exactly how they are in the intro, because that, basically, I flew the camera around.
Okay.
And this saves a ton of time, because getting this many people together is
it
impossible.
Would be...
So.
Okay. So you basically...
And I do this for many of the big scenes.
So you said, how did you do this? How did you...
This was originally a shader that was put on a avatar, and it allows me to do this. So basically what I did was I would record the video. It makes like a barcode, and then it does all the encoding stuff. But I made a video. I went into this world, stood in every spot, maybe for like 10 seconds or whatever. Did the same thing, just kept going all the way around, and then placed them all into Unity like this. It's a lot easier now because I use actual motion capture now. So it's a lot of work to use the shader motion dev because I have to flip it all up, fix the animations, loop them, and
I mean, yeah, it looks
any
pretty
big
much
scenes, good. Yeah.
You were gonna say?
Big scenes use these. Yeah, so there's a teleport right here.
Puts you above the...
Yeah, this controls the doors. You can open the doors. There's some other features here that I never used.
That was amazing. I loved that. I really appreciate all the stuff that you showed me. And I think for others as well, I think they were curious to know, how does it look behind the scenes? Well, now you know.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for telling other people about this show, having your family and friends watch it. Thank you for engaging with us. Thank you. Without you, we would not be here, right? We're doing this.
And for those who didn't watch it,
outlet, but also to entertain and to promote to the show.
Thank you, and thank Nick for having us.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for those who haven't watched it, go watch it. All of the 6 episodes, binge watch them. Can you binge watch? I mean, yeah, you would just watch it in like a... They're not bad, but yeah. All the links that you're gonna need are gonna be in the description for all the either links and whatever that you're gonna need. Thank you guys for being part of this video. I feel really honored. Thank you for taking time of your day to come in and talk. It was really good. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more videos, then stick around because we have plenty planned and a lot of coming. And yeah, We shall see you in the next video. Peace.